Nuclear, I would say, as a headline thing, has had a reasonably good, I would say, 4 years. It's really the invasion of the Ukraine in 2022 that reignited interest in Europe specifically, but it also brought other regions of the world thinking a bit more about energy security and essentially alternative solutions that they could find to just being reliant on fossil fuels, and something that would provide a baseload power in the way that obviously renewables can't 100% guarantee.
So what we found out for most SMR projects, it's between 10 to 15 years when the project actually is in the beginning stages till the project actually goes to produce electricity. We have taken TerraPower as one of the cases where we see that the project currently has just broken ground 2 years back and is in the initial phases of construction. We expect it to come online somewhere over the next decade. And once it comes online, this is part of the US network. That is, the US technology companies are also putting a lot of money into this new technology of SMRs in order to power their enormous AI-driven data center power needs. So this is one of the objectives of this. China is especially ahead in nuclear technology, not only in small but as large. For smaller reactors, it is pushing really hard. They already have a functioning SMR where they are trying to gain expertise, not only for reducing the need for fossil fuels. China does still depend a lot on coal and depend a lot on gas. Given the recent incidences internationally, they would like to have their own power supplies. So the push for nuclear will get increased within Chinese circles. So the amount of investment that is going into nuclear in China is phenomenal. They will be leaders in this new technology, that is SMR, in the future, along with large reactors. So many of these smaller competitors are actually making a lot of headway, more than the larger players. The larger players are still a little bit slow. The smaller players, because they are small and nimble, are getting a little bit of headway into the SMR space because they are not focused across the nuclear value chain. So they are focused only on SMRs. And they get a lot of traction with their technology. And they see that even getting approval might be a little bit easier for them, given their small size and the size of the reactors that they are also targeting. There's some of them are targeting micro reactors. So micro nuclear power plants is what some of them are saying compared to SMR. And they are also targeting a niche industry. So tech giants or other utilities, not across the spectrum. So their target is also there. So given it's like a large race, I think there's a good race going on between the large players and the smaller players. The smaller players are currently ahead, given their scale, but the larger players will eventually catch up because they have more experience in this.
And technology companies, I mentioned them a little bit as being on the periphery right now, rather than getting, they get the buzz in the headline, but maybe not getting so involved. I think as SMRs move forward, we will see them. And if the TerraPower one in particular can really show progress, I think we'll probably see then more deals coming forward. And that's where we could see our forecast. That's the scenario where our forecast could end up being a bit conservative, genuinely. If the TerraPower project really is going on time or not far off time, and at basically the end of this decade, TerraPower is looking like they're making real progress, that could spur on a wave where we could see, therefore, our 2035-7 onwards, where we could see this bigger nuclear wave coming in.
We have seen many of them have design problems, incorporating new fuels into it. That is one technical challenge. Second is manufacturing. Some of these components are modular in nature. So, and within the schedule of manufacturing, we'll have to see how the heavy components exactly work, what kind of heat is generated, how is that heat is contained within the system, what do they have for heat problems, and where do they get the suppliers to design these modular systems. It's another technical challenge, I would say, because the supply chain is kind of fragmented, at least for SMRs. This may delay some of the SMR projects, because you will have to get new players into the market, new fabrication technologies, because we are talking about a very small nuclear reactor at a very small site. So this will increase cost and may also increase the project timeline. So fabrication is there, and regulatory challenges, as I mentioned before, are always there. Coolants is one of the things that they are focusing on, but I am skeptical about what they're using. They should have that part right. Integration of all these components, I would say last. Getting all the components right and integrating them at a specific site at a specific timeline would be the largest technical challenge, and connection to the grid or connection to any particular industrial site is the next challenge.